BambiS Children. Author Felix Salten, illustrated by Cowdrey. Chapter 1. The darkness toward the east was thinning now. Still the owl's cry drifted down the pathways of the forest. Pale stars glimmered in the farthest gloom, but fox and marten paused from hunting belly deep in mist and sniffed the coming dawn. Trees, unwilling to awake, turned restless leaves. The birds that roosted in their branches opened round and sleepy eyes. A twig snapped suddenly. "Who's that?" a startled magpie cried. "Who's that moving there?" Her mate drew a sleepy head from under his wings. "No one. Who could it be?" He chided her crossly. "Just worry, 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 and it's hardly dawn." "We heard it too." "We did. There's surely something coming." The tomtits in the bushes whispered fearfully. Blackbird tried a fluty note. A jay, inquisitive and afraid, screeched cheerfully. "It's Faline, the rudder. Faline and her children." Crows came fluffing from their nest. "Faline!" they echoed disapprovingly. "She spoiled her children. They have their own way in everything. Disgraceful!" Faline turned her quiet brown eyes upward to the treetops. "You see, Gino," she said, "what they think of me. Now be a good boy and stop whining." "But I'm tired. I want to lie down," Gino complained. "He's not a bit tired." His sister, Guri, trotted close to her mother's red-brown flanks. "It's just because I ran faster than he did. When I played his stupid old game, he's an old sorehead. I'm not a sorehead, and you can run as fast as I can. You're just a girl, that's all you are." "I'd like to know what that's got to do with it." Guri tossed her head, and a shower of dewdrops fell gleaming from a low-hanging bush. "Children, Faline," remonstrated soothingly. "Well, mother, if he wasn't such a spoiled sport. Bozo and Lana wanted to go on playing, but she mimicked him despairingly. He was so tired." Angrily, Gino drummed his small hoofs on the winding path. "You'll see, I won't show you any more games." "All right, I'll make up my own." "You will?" "All right, Bozo will. He's cleverer than you are, and he's nice." Crows flew away with great fluffing of black wings. "You see? What did we tell you?" They croaked scornfully. "Just listen to those children. Nasty black things." Gino scoffed. "If my father Bambi were here, he'd show you." "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo," chortled the crows. "Teach him manners, Faline." A woodpecker paused in his drumming at an old oak tree. "That's it, Faline," he cried shrilly. "Otherwise he'll have no friends when he needs them." The woodpeckers gave him good advice. Faline told her son, but Gino interrupted her. He leaped away from the path side, jostling his sister. "Something's coming through the bushes." Black nostrils trembled, ears peaked towards the sound. Faline regarded him placidly. "It's only the polecat," she told him. "He won't hurt you. Don't be frightened. The polecat smells awful." Guri shied a little. Nostrils close. "That's how he protects himself. It's good protection. He doesn't have to run fast or to watch forever, even in the most dangerous place." "I'd rather run," Guri trotted proudly, her slightly speckled coat shining with the dew. Their mother snorted unruffled. "In the end, it's all the same. Birds fly, snails hide in shells, skunks smell peculiar. We run and hide and watch." They came to a tiny glade, ringed close about with fern and bush and thorny vine, high beech and ash. The sturdy oak and towering poplar gave it dapple shade. Dogwood bloomed in season. Elderberries shed their cluster fruit. Privet made a deep green wall. Perhaps even he has something that he fears. Although Faline sat settling herself comfortably on folded forelegs, I doubt it. Mention of him should gloom upon them for a while. They snuggled close, Gino and Guri drawing warmth from their mother's body. Tell us a story, mother, Gino begged. I thought you were sleepy, Guri mocked. Pauline looked wistfully about. This was the place where the children had been born. Here it was. She had known the pain, and Perry the squirrel had come, inquisitive and kind, to sympathize. Their other friends had homes in bush and treetops. The magpie jay and the woodpecker can-eye outpost who stood guard and warned when harm approached. What would you like to hear? She asked. Tell us. Guri's eyes glowed with eagerness. Tell us about Gubo. About Gubo. But you've heard about him so often. Never mind. For once, Gino agreed with his sister. It's too exciting. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Pauline moved her jaws reflectively. Well, she began, as a child, my brother Gubo was a very delicate. He was small for his age. His legs were a little wobbly, and he couldn't stand the winter. What's winter? Demanded Gino. Good gracious, must we go into that again? Guri said crossly. It belongs to the story. Gino rejoined with dignity. Pauline's eyes smiled. One day he'll know about winter, and then he won't have to ask again, and you'll know about it too, and realize how important it is. Winter, she said, wishing she herself knew less about it, is the time when there isn't much to eat. Trees are bare, bushes blackly dead, and plant leaves shrivel with the cold. There is no sun, days are short, and the sky is gray, like the back of a fish. Then, one day, before the wind, comes snow. Now he'll ask what snow is, Guri grumbled. Gino arched his neck to look into his mother's eyes. Yes, he said. What is snow? Snow is white like daisies, and it falls from the sky, but it is not soft or sweet like daisies. It is sharp like a claw. It comes slowly and first, falling slowly as leaves fall in autumn, and then more quickly and more quickly. It doesn't stop when days goes, but it falls in the night too. It must get awfully thick, Gino said. His mother sighed. It does. You have to scrape very hard for food, and it is so difficult to move from place to place. That's what made it bad for Gubo. He wasn't strong enough to bound high in the air as you must when you want to run in snow. And when he came, the youngsters shivered and drew closer to Pauline. When he came and we had to run, Gubo fell into a drift and couldn't move. Your father, running past, strong and fleet. He was no older than Gubo then, but already he was handsome, and the muscles rippled under his skin like a fast-moving stream. Stop and beg him not to give up, but Gubo couldn't manage it, and the two said goodbye, forever as they thought. Your father had already seen his mother die by the thunderstick, and many others of our friends as well, peasants, heirs, even the slave fox. And then, urged Gino, tense with terror. Then one day, when we'd given up all hope, Gubo came back, plump, handsome, healthier than he'd ever been before. Mother was beside herself with joy, as indeed we all were. All, that is, except the litter. He shook his head, pulling a long face, when Gubo told how he had dragged him from the drift and cared for him. He wants you to grow and have antlers, he said, and then in the end, the thunderstick. It made us very unhappy to listen to him, but he was wiser than all of us. The wisest, as always, the leader. Guri began proudly, but she was interrupted by a sudden bang. Pauline started, the young ones sprang quivering to their feet. The thunderstick, Gino whispered, pricking his ears toward the sound. Perhaps it's father. Glory began to whimper, but Pauline said to them assuringly, "There's nothing to worry about, my dears. Your father's the leader now, and far too clever for him to get him." She stopped as Barry came leaping through the branches, her button eyes agleam. "They got him, that bloodthirsty Martin," she chattered gleefully. "Knock him right out of a tree," Pauline said comfortably. "There you are, children. Now settle down. We must get some sleep." The cold of the sun lay coughed in knitted branches of the trees. Full voiced the blackbirds sang. Pigeons crooned their love songs. The cuckoo called from far and near, and like a shining dart the oriole flung himself from the tree to tree, crying in his joy, "I'm so happy, so happy." Mice scuttling in the undergrowth peeped out to see how peacefully Pauline and her children slept. The forest was awake, and only the hunted were asleep. The end of the chapter 1. Thank you.